It is a ton of fun. Local comedians are your tour guides. One of us is your host. And tomorrow night, young Bill Squire will be joining you on the Cleveland Funny Bus. Funnybus.net for the details. These tickets usually sell very, very quickly. But I'll give you a pass here. Leaves from Collision Bend in the Flats. Funny Bus, tomorrow night with Bill. Caller 10, these are yours. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show.
Podcast anytime on our iHeartRadio app.
Ooh, what's a podcast?
Like a TV show, but without the pictures.
Baby, that's called radio. What you're describing is radio.
And live on the radio weekday afternoons.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Trips to Vegas for you all this week. Around 5:30, I'm going to have another keyword for you. They announced our iHeartRadio Music Festival for 2023, which happens in Vegas, 22nd and 23rd of September. And usually, year to year, I always kind of laser focus on the trip. Because I go to Vegas, we send you and a pal, we put you up, we fly you out. I think we give you some money. Because the lineup is historically so pop-heavy that I don't care that much. But this year, there's a lot to be happy about. Foo Fighters are going to do the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Pretty soon we're going to get to the point where everyone on the planet has been to a Foo Fighters show because they're making themselves very available. Fall Out Boy is on this year's 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Lenny Kravitz, Sheryl Crow, 30 Seconds to Mars, that's Jared Leto and his brother, and Public Enemy are going to do the iHeartRadio Music Festival. So they have a lot more acts than that are kind of more on the pop end. They got some country stuff too. But I'm happy to see that rock and roll is being kind of more represented this year. So anyway, every day this week at 5:30, they made the announcement this morning. I'll have a keyword for you that can put you and a pal in Vegas before the tickets go on sale. So everybody wins for me this week. You're going to get that trip before everybody else. I think they go on sale next week. So 5:30, I'll have that trip for you to Vegas. Guardian, by the way, Public Enemy, are they or are they not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
They are.
They are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that's right. Took me a second I had to look it up because I couldn't recall. Couldn't recall if I'd been there or not. That wasn't the year that it was in Cleveland because I don't remember being at this. They got in 2013. Public Enemy's been in for 10 years. They got in with Hart and Quincy Jones and Randy Newman and Rush. That was the year that Rush went in. And Donna Summer and some other people as well. So, yes, they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And, yes, they will be at this year's iHeartRadio Music Festival. So I'll have that next trip to Vegas for you around 5:30 this afternoon. But Rover's got him. Stansbury's got him. Just listen for those keywords, and you can get yourself out there. I was reading they're going to do a hip-hop 50th anniversary at Yankee Stadium, a big concert. They're saying that August 11th, they're saying that's the day that hip-hop was born in the Bronx. They've set a date for it, August the 11th. And so Yankee Stadium is going to have a 50th anniversary concert that if you were so inclined, you'd be able to go out and get yourself tickets to. And it's going to be, as you would expect, it's going to be a lot of heavies there. It's going to be Run DMC and Snoop and Ice Cube.
Yeah.
There you go.
Found it.
It's backing up into my brain. I'm sorry. They're calling it bottom of the ninth, the walk-off. I don't know what the hell that means, but okay.
It's baseball terms.
I get that. I don't know what it has to do with the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. So Snoop
Hip-hop
Dogg and
baseball
Cube
are tied together.
Is that what it is?
Of
Inextricably
course. Yeah.
linked. Okay. And Lil Wayne and T.I. and Fat Joe and a lot of other people. ASAP Ferg, Rip Yams, Common, EPMD for the old school, Ghostface Killa, Slick Rick, and a whole lot of Lupe Fiasco. What the hell happened to Lupe Fiasco, by the way? He was like a hometown dude. He was like the dude that like came out of Chicago 15 years ago. They're like, Lupe Fiasco is going to be the next great whatever. And he was on every festival for like 5 or 6 years. And then nothing. I don't know what happened to him. He's probably still around, but
I feel like having longevity.
They really were trying to blow him up.
I feel like having longevity in hip-hop is the hardest place to do it.
Well, maybe, but apparently for some, you just keep making records. I mean, a lot of these people have been around a long time now. And
a few, but think of how many hit rap songs there are and how many have follow-up hits or even like a follow-up album that does well.
I guess so. But between Kanye and Common and Lupe Fiasco, people that were into like hip hop and rap in Chicago were like, man, we got so many great people breaking out and blah, blah, blah. And Lupe Fiasco I liked. I mean, I saw him. Kanye, I was always kind of, I liked like that first bit of Kanye was fine. But I thought Lupe Fiasco was very entertaining. But this lineup for this Hip Hop 50 was the first time I'd seen his name in a while. So maybe I'm just out of the loop. But I just hadn't seen his name attached to anything for a while.
What song is he known for? I don't.
Lupe Fiasco?
Yeah.
He's got like club hits.
Yeah, The Show Goes On was one. Kick Push was like the one that they really tried to blow him.
The show goes on already.
Yeah.
The show.
Oh, I know that song. I just didn't know who did it.
Yeah. But like Food and Liquor was the album I remember. But that thing's like 15 years old now.
Wasalu Muhammad Jocko.
Yeah, and now he like performs under his real name. So I don't know. Or he's in a band, and I don't know what it is. Again, like I said, I hadn't heard about Lupe Fiasco in a long time. But if you're somebody who's like, hey, man, I love hip-hop. The tickets are on sale Thursday, 10 a.m., livenation.com, if you want to go see the 50th anniversary concert for hip-hop at Yankee Stadium. The Sugar Hill Gang and Curtis Blow and all of the nods to the grandmothers and grandfathers of hip-hop. Even Lil' Kim and Kool Herc and all of them. But Public Enemy doing the iHeartRadio Music Festival this September, and I'll have another trip for you at 5:30. If you want to leave voicemails for us, you can always do that. Our After Hours line is available to you. It's 216-986-8903.
Hey, guys. I like getting my news from the Alan Cox Show. Ding. As far as guns go, I shoot guns every Sunday, and it wouldn't make any difference to me if they were locked up at the gun range all week long, and I could come and shoot them on a Sunday. So what's people's problem? I mean, you're not going to overthrow the Army with that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he?
I don't know.
But I don't want my guns locked up at a gun range.
Why? You don't even have any guns, so what do you care?
How do you know I don't have any guns?
Do you?
You do have any guns?
How do you know I don't have any guns?
Do you have any guns?
No.
Well, now we know.
But if I did, I don't want them locked up somewhere else. Why can't they be in my possession if I think
the point he was trying to make, and he might have been exaggerating, but I think the point he was trying to make was a lot of people are still riding on this myth that if there's any kind of regulation whatsoever, it means everybody's coming to get your guns, and you should be able to have
and that will be able to overtake the government.
Neil
Brennan's
he's got
special,
a great bit on
bit.
that.
It's drones versus guns.
Yep. Once a year, let's get everybody together and see who wins.
But that's like the equivalent of saying, okay, you're 21, so you're able to drink, but you can only drink in a bar. You can't have alcohol at your house. I want alcohol at my house.
Well, again, he was just throwing out there, hey, I'm
likes
responsible
guns.
enough where I do like guns, but I'm not opposed to certain kinds of regulations. I mean, they're going the other way. Here in Ohio, they're like, we want to make guns cheaper. So we're going to take off the sales tax for guns. which just pushes the cost to us. Why am I going to pay more money so you can have a cheaper gun? That doesn't make any sense. But that's what the... So I think that was the... I think he was just using that as an example. I don't think.
And
he
I
meant
think
that literally.
I think the majority of gun owners feel like him, maybe not to the extreme of locking their gun up at the gun range, but to the point of they're okay with some more regulations because they want things to be safer, and they are responsible gun owners, so they will follow those regulations and they'll be fine. And getting anything like that pushed through because the numbnuts that are like, oh, but the uninfringed, it's, they get all worked up and they're just idiots.
I just ask that you secure them around your children.
Well,
that's all I ask.
My daughter's telling me that where she lives, someone broke into a bunch of cars and they stole. And these people, she lives in a rural area, and nobody locks their cars because like, oh, nobody steals anything around here. That's why people go to rural areas
and steal stuff.
Because they steal stuff because they know that people think that, oh, nothing happens around here.
I have neighbors where I live, and I'm not in a rural area.
Yeah.
And they go, we never lock our doors. I'm like, are you high?
It's insane. And then someone had a gun in their car, and it got stolen. That guy shouldn't be able to, or that person, whoever it was, wasn't a responsible gun owner. You can't keep a gun in your car and not even lock your car. Like, you can't lock your car? What are you doing?
You heard from your boyfriend about the garbage truck?
No, he drives, so he can't text while he drives.
He's taking dumps in the truck. Truck. He is, isn't he?
What?
Yep.
I have no idea.
Picking up garbage like what? Picking up cans like what?
It would be funny if he has to wear a diaper, and then when he
Ew.
tosses in a load, like it's a bunch of his diapers inside the back of the truck.
No.
Like every time they
Would
pick
you
up
break
a trash
up with him if you found out if he wore a diaper all day?
Is this my job?
He
man?
wouldn't. There's no way. He's too clean of a person to wear a diaper all day.
Answer the question.
I wouldn't break up with him because he showers as soon as he gets home. If you gotta wear a diaper, wear a diaper. But no, I haven't heard from him. He usually takes his break within the next hour. So
there's certain jobs that make you stink.
Yeah. Stinky jobs.
I know, but like sometimes a shower won't do it.
A shower will always do it.
Just clean your body.
Take a shower. Clean your body.
What if it's like in like...
Clean your body.
Use a washcloth or a loofah or some
steel
soap.
wool. Whatever the job requires.
An SOS pad.
Alan, I used to work at a Walgreens, and I can't tell you how many times there would be explosive, mushy diarrhea in the women's restroom on the toilets. Trust me, the diarrhea is not always worth it. Right. Dustin from Georgia texted me. I've peed many a bottle. I'm going to do him. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Just okay.
Obviously.
Alan, I peed many bottles in the comfort of my truck. I've also taken a lot of bowel movements on the side of the interstate. In my 9 years of driving, I've only had to poop in a 5-gallon bucket in the truck one time. It was the most humiliating day of my life.
Took a big old swaller out of it.
Oh, no,
like,
what?
You don't swaller out of the 5-pound
his pee bottle. He thought it was Gatorade.
Oh.
I was like,
took a big old swaller out of it, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Your car is not a holster. People who leave their guns in cars are a-holes.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Just secure them around your children. That's all. Because I think
you're not
that's
securing
the guy
around
who called
children. Yeah.
That's the guy who called and asked about, did the toddler kill 2 people with 1 bullet?
Yeah.
And that story in Indiana, 1 round that wounded 2 people. And it's always a case of like a kid in the back seat finds a gun in the armrest or something. Like, if you need to be that ready all the time for something, something's going on. And I don't know. Hey, Woody.
Alan,
Yes, sir.
how's your day, brother?
Good, man. I mean, I'm a little backed up,
Hey,
but other than that.
Talking about having to relieve yourself, whether at work or what type of job you're doing. I don't know if it happens so much today, but back in the day before porta potties were like regularly installed in residential construction sites, and I haven't done a lot of residential work, but if you would ever happen to like have a new house being built, and you were doing the walk-through before the construction was like complete, and if you'd walk down in the basement and see a drywall bucket that was clearly had been used, but the lid was on it in the basement.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever, ever open that bucket.
Now there's flies, and you get a punch in the face of stench.
Yeah, because, you got to, before the plumbing comes in, when everybody else is doing their work, and, if you're out in the sticks, there's some development, and this was, like I said before, they regularly put porta-johns in these areas. That was the common thing, is just get a bucket.
Yeah, get a bucket. That's
Bucket
right.
and a plop.
Get a bucket. All right, thank you, Woody. There's Woody.
That wet-ass pudding.
Yep.
Al and I used to work on a trash truck. It would take 3 hours to get fully clean, and then 3 showers. And then another one to get zest fully clean, I assume.
Well, Brian also does recycling, so it's not as gross as
that's
garbage.
all he does?
Yeah, he only does recycling.
Oh, so he's like a daisy when he gets home. I mean, other than like being like man sweat, he's not handling garbage. He's handling recycling. He's handling
Right.
cardboard, glass,
But
right?
it's still not clean.
It's supposed to be.
People's mouths and stuff have been on it, and people don't exactly.
Mouths on cardboard?
Or bottles, plastic, cans. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
but
just
that's-
cardboard that gets recycled.
No, I know.
Each can individually.
But he's not grabbing a giant bag full of diapers and
But
throwing it into the
nobody's
bag.
doing that anymore.
The arms do it. Robot arms
Yeah.
doing it, yeah.
No, but I mean, you're just in a smellier truck. And it's
Right.
not like his truck is pristinely clean. It's still a garbage truck. You know what I
Understood.
mean?
And the diaper.
And he wears a diaper, apparently.
Diaper.
Until he
Until
says
he
otherwise.
texts me and says that he doesn't wear a diaper. I guess
Dude, you
that's
saw a
what
couple of Browns players got their rides boosted.
Yeah.
They're down, like just down the street here.
Right around the corner.
Yeah. And they both had the same car. They both had those blacked out Chargers or whatever. One of them at Greg Newsom II, who's a Chicago boy. He went to my alma mater. He played football for Northwestern. He had his car stolen at like 3 a.m. right down the street here. Don't they have mini camp today?
Yeah.
What's he doing out at 3 a.m?
So OTAs.
See, this is when.
This is why everybody's
is-
like, Deshaun Watson looks great because Greg Newsom's hungover.
Well, that's the thing, though, too, is that these guys aren't supposed to be out that late, I guarantee. And so when something like this goes down and you're in the news, they're like, uh-oh. So Greg Newsom, 3:30 in the morning, and then Demetric Felton had his car stolen at 10 to 5 on Sunday morning near Public Square. Both were high-end Dodge Hellcats. That's what they're. These are sweet cars, though, boy. But, man, you grab a guy's ride. He was right down here at Filter, right before you get to the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
You zip down the Detroit Bridge, get on the shoreway, you're in the wind, man.
It's not far from Collision Bend.
Where Bill is going to be your host tomorrow night for the Cleveland Funny Bus.
Yeah.
Brian Sternick is the comic doing the tour. He's going to be in
the
here
best.
later
I
on.
love Brian.
Very funny. So these guys got their cars taken from them. Greg Newsom he's the second, not the junior, right? Greg Newsom the second.
Right.
Yeah, right. All right. Yeah, when he got, it was a big deal because 2021, when he went in, that was the first year ever that Northwestern, not a school known for sports, had 2 first-round picks. They took the Browns Greg Newsom, and then Rashawn Slater went to your Chargers. Both in the first round. It was a big deal. We all got the emails the next day. Hey, would you like to donate money? No. Stop. But these guys, yeah, mini camp's happening today. I don't know if those guys are there. They're probably like, we still are filing up. Oh, Greg Newsom was practicing.
Yeah, I bet they're there.
Perrion Winfrey, who was also robbed, is working inside. Myles Garrett, Joel Bitonio, Nick Chubb, all at the mini camp.
Nick Chubb! Hasta la vista, baby! Nick Chubb! Touchdown!
Mary's favorite.
My favorite.
Nick Chubb.
My
Didn't he
baby.
just win some big thing like he was a...
My heart, yeah.
Well, he had already won that. He secured that bag some time ago.
No, I
But I thought he won some like football poll or something.
He was rated as the #1 running back by one of the like football websites.
Still have a box of that cereal in my pantry.
Eat it.
Oh, it's god awful. No, I'm just sitting there. I'm just hanging on to it in case, I don't know, something happens. I have to auction it off. Right? Something happens to him.
Wow.
I mean, what?
Like what?
I don't know, but it would increase in value if he was.
Nick Job! Hasta la vista, baby!
If they said that, but in a different capacity. Not wishing ill will on anyone. I've got to take a break. Hey, I'll have KISS tickets for you shortly. Want to get to Buzzard Fest? I'll hook you up with that right after this break. We're going to have Filter and Live and Incubus and Welshly Arms and a bunch of bands bringing back Buzzard Fest this August after about a 20-year hiatus. So we'll